Hi, we're Lynn
and Nisha,
and you're watching
BTS MVP.
Welcome to another episode of BTS MVP, where we choose our favorite moments and our favorite members from each of their biggest hits. But before we talk about today's song, let's talk about the snack of the day.
Alright, the snack of the day is ramen. And of course, everybody eats ramen nowadays. It's a staple food
Around the world.
Yeah,
like wherever
everybody.
they've ever gone on Bon Voyage, they can easily get ramen, despite the fact that V likes to bring a suitcase full of it just in case.
And there are many hours of footage of BTS eating ramen.
That's right, it's like their standard side dish. Except that they eat it spicy, and this that we're having is like the plainest. The plainest.
So plain.
It's like technically chicken flavor, but it's really like
No flavor.
plain noodles. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, no complaints from me.
It's good.
Yeah.
Here's the question though. Do you slurp your ramen?
I hate it. The slurping.
Do you swallow your ramen whole?
Oh my god.
That makes me so uncomfortable. I've done it
too.
accidentally before, right? Like you have some in your mouth and then you swallow it and then it just goes down and you're like,
Yeah. It's apparently very like an accepted part of Korean culture that
Slurping,
you slurp, but it irritates.
I can't. I like really suck at it.
The slurping?
I try
like
so
you
hard.
can't make yourself do
like
it?
I just can't vacuum it in. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm so bad. Like that's as good as a slurp as you're ever gonna get from me.
We need to be like young men who spend 8 hours of the day dancing.
Yes.
And then you're like, let me inhale these noodles, please.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Every single time I try, I just wind up choking on the noodles.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely impossible. But you know, that doesn't stop us from eating it a lot. And I would have to say, since we became fans of BTS, our consumption of ramen has gone up by probably like 800%. Would
Yes.
you say? Yes. Today's song is I'm Fine, which is from Love Yourself Answer. And we have a lot to unpack about I'm Fine, but I think we'll get to that in the fun facts section. For now, let's just talk about the actual song, which was not quite an official single, but they did perform it live quite a lot, including on American television. They performed it on Jimmy Fallon's show. Is that the only American performance of it? Maybe.
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, we're pretty far apart again on this song.
As per usual.
It hasn't been a good 2 weeks, man. No. All right, let's talk about our honorable mentions. We do have one in common. So the honorable mention that we have in common is the same as last week, which is Suga, which is very interesting. So last week we did Save Me, and this week we're doing I'm Fine, and it's gonna be really hard to talk about I'm Fine without also talking about Save
There's
Me.
a ton of parallels between the two songs.
That's right, and the themes of Save Me inspired them to write I'm Fine, and so they deliberately tried to make them sort of mirrors of each other. So Suga's parts are a great example of that, and that's one reason why I chose him as my honorable mention, because in Save Me, he has the repeated line, please save me tonight, please save me tonight. In I'm Fine, he has the repeated line, I'm so fine, you're so fine, we're so fine. And it's not only the heart of the song, it's also really memorable.
When doing my analysis, I really tried to separate Save Me from I'm Fine.
Yeah.
So I'm focusing on mostly just the I'm Fine bits.
Okay.
But the You're So Fine, I'm So Fine really sticks out in his rap. He says it multiple times and he says it quickly in a catchy manner, and I really like it.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Suga's rap in this song is that it's really fast. And I love it when Suga really like puts the pedal to the metal and shows what he's capable of. And this one I thought was one of my favorites, like the way he just cranks that out.
One of his lines, I really like it. Let's leave those worries folded aside. Let's just enjoy. You worked hard. We so fine.
I love it when he says you worked hard.
I did work hard. Thank you.
It's maybe the thing I love most about Suga is that he's always so willing to say, you've done a good job.
It's okay to quit now.
Everything you've done is good enough. And it's reassuring. My other honorable mention is your MVP, so we'll get to him in the MVP section. But who is your other honorable mention?
My other honorable mention is JK.
Excellent choice.
My first point is that just before the first chorus, he gets the Quinchana lines.
Oh, I love part.
And it's so good, and he's the first one to say it, and he says it a lot in the song. And it sounds really nice in Jungkook's voice, and the way he pitches it throughout the song, I really like it. The thing that really promoted him to honorable mention status was the ad-libs. Now, the ad-libs in this song are really hard to pick out because the song's fast-paced and it's got a loud background, so you're only focusing on the vocals. But I listened to it a couple times, and in the last chorus, there are lots of ad-libs. They're just quieter, so you have to listen for them.
I did not know that.
Some ones that I identified as Jungkook being during the first chorus, the last chorus, right? They go fine, fine, fine. Jungkook singing that part, but then background Jungkook holds the last fine note just a little longer through the other words, and it's a lovely touch. I'm feeling just fine, fine, fine. I'm just
cool. I did not realize there was so much backing vocals in I'm Fine.
There was a surprising amount when I listened to the last chorus.
I guess all their songs always have layers.
Yes.
Like, it's pretty rare.
The amount of different layers in a song is crazy.
It is really crazy. And I guess when you have 7 different voices to choose from, they have a lot of depth to work with. And so, plus P-Dog is a genius in my opinion. So, there's that. All right, MVPs for I'm Fine.
Yes, my MVP is V.
Not bad. He is an honorable mention for me. I thought his work in this song was beautiful.
I really liked it. Of course, he gets the opening to the song.
Absolutely iconic.
It's different. It's higher pitch than he usually sings, which is so nice. And it's slower than the rest of the song, I found.
Yes, you're also right.
It's also the first line that differentiates from Save Me, because the first bit's the same, right?
We'll talk about that in the fun facts, because I got some stuff to say about that.
So
yeah, kind of.
It's sort of the defining moment for the song starting, but then also it's different. So it doesn't set the tone for the whole song, which I really found interesting, and I liked it a lot.
Because the two songs are sort of related, it's almost for me like a bridge between the two of them. Like he was sad in Save Me. We're gonna move to a place where we are more content, more strong in ourselves. These lines are like sort of in between, where he's still not quite sure of himself. And still not quite sure what's going on, but heading in a more positive direction.
Definitely.
It's like the turning point, and so very key.
And then of course V gets the ending of the song.
I agree.
And he gets the last line, and then he gets the I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you fine? It's okay to open up, V.
Okay, I wanted to talk about that because
how they're singing this song.
Yeah.
They're so heartbroken. The amount of emotion in their vocals, like.
But yes, like the lyrics of the song are meant to be sort of strong and saying, but then
or are they like a mockery? I don't know.
When you see them performing it, they look distressed. Especially
the choreo is very sad.
It is
very sad. It's more sad than Save Me.
I could almost believe that. So it takes on a tone with V's voice and those final words. They take on a tone of almost like he's trying to talk himself into feeling fine, but that he's not really.
Oh, it's crazy.
His voice is so sad.
My heart breaks every single time. And your MVP, who I hear you have a thesis on.
I've written a whole thesis on why RM is the MVP of I'm Fine. So
Convince the cheerleaders.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the concept of Save Me and I'm Fine being sort of like mirror image songs of themselves. And there's a lot to say on that topic. And RM, of everybody in this song, does an amazing job. Like, it is really amazing. RM's part in this song is basically just his rap. But his rap in this song is a direct mirror image of his rap in Save Me, line for line. So he does his rap in reverse order for I'm Fine that he did for Save Me, and every line that he has in I'm Fine is an echo of what he said in Save Me. So in Save Me, where he was saying, no matter what happens, you can help me, thank you for being us. In Save Me, he starts with, thank you for letting me be me, I'm strong enough now to stand on my own. It's brilliant. Okay, so MVP for me is RM because he's freaking brilliant. MVP for you is V, and I can't argue because his voice is just gorgeous in this song. Let's talk about some fun facts because I got a whole bunch of them. Our first fun fact is that I'm Fine and Save Me have an interesting logo that can be reversed when you flip it. So the first time we ever saw I'm Fine performed live, I think, they performed Save Me as well, and then in between the two songs, the logo spins. You can hear the audience go, oh! It was so cool. It's really, really awesome. And I've seen more than one ARMY with that as a tattoo.
Yes.
Yeah. It's clever.
If you got it as a tattoo, would you have the Save Me facing you?
Wow, that's a really
and the
good
I'm
question.
Fine facing out? Or would you have the Save Me facing out and the I'm Fine facing towards you?
I would have the I'm Fine facing me and the Save Me facing out.
I would have the I'm Fine facing out.
And the Save Me facing you? Doesn't that mean you have to save yourself? Is that your point?
No, like the point is like on the outside, you're totally fine.
Oh, but there's a secret message?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I know.
Choreo fun facts. At the very beginning, V gets supported in a very cool way by Suga and J-Hope.
Yes.
And Suga and they are all in a circle, and Suga and J-Hope have to kind of scoot in really fast.
It's kind of funny.
To be able to
kind of funny
V.
to watch them.
It is.
Because they're like,
it is. And Hobie in particular barely makes it. Like
multiple times.
Suga is very reliable. He is always on point.
But sometimes his shoes slip or something, and then he just doesn't get that first step, and you're like, J-Hope,
Hobie, please. Sometimes he barely gets there, and he's like struggling to hold him because he's at a weird angle.
The panic I feel.
Yeah, same here.
Anyways.
And then when V's done his lines, it's Jimin's turn, and Hobie has to hold Jimin's foot.
Yeah.
So
then he has to
he's
like
supporting me like this. He has to put V down, flip his whole body, move like 3 feet, and grab Jimin by
It's a rough moment.
Yeah.
They didn't call him main dancer for nothing.
Correct. So we just wanted to throw J-Hope some love because we see you. We noticed that was
Also
like...
throwing love to Suga because originally in the choreo, it was Jin who was supposed to be helping support V there. But Jin didn't want to do it because Suga says he was too scared. No comment from Jin on that. And so Suga said he would do it instead.
Very nice. And Suga, as I said, he's a rock.
Also, not to put a downer on things, but...
What?
His shoulder.
But it's his right hand. That was the first thing I thought of.
Okay.
Is how is Suga able to hold him up like that with his shoulder? But he just uses his right hand.
Oh, he doesn't even help with his left hand?
No, the left hand does nothing. Yeah. He's just under him like this.
Okay, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Are you Quintana?
Yeah.
Okay. Other fun facts about I'm Fine involve the parallels between it and Save Me.
Yes.
So we talked a little bit about how RM's rap is a direct line for line reversal of his rap in Save Me, which was very cool. But there are all kinds of parallels like that between the two songs if you want to get into it. I will link to a few articles below that sort of walk you through lyric by lyric. But yeah, the one thing is the music. So the opening of I'm Fine can sometimes fake me out when it comes on in a car because it sounds just like the opening of Save Me, but it's actually a half tone higher. So, and what that...
I do not have perfect pitch.
No, I know, but
I'm not Jungkook.
What that does is it changes it from a minor key to a major key. So instead of having the sad feel of Save Me, it has the more upbeat feel of a major key.
Musically, it has an upbeat feel.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Lyrically, so sad. Why so sad?
And then not only is it raised from Save Me to change the tone of it, once the first verse starts, the music that's playing behind V's voice is a direct reversal of the notes from the opening lines of Jimin's part in Save Me. So literally, like note by note, it reverses it.
Wow!
But uses the same rhythm as the Save Me pre-chorus.
That's so cool.
I know, right? Like they really put a lot of thought into it to make these two songs parallel. It's very cool.
Okay, the last fun fact.
Right.
Going back to the fact that they performed it on American television on Jimmy Fallon's show.
That's right.
It's also where the iconic clip of V and Jungkook dancing so in sync that many armies didn't even realize Jungkook was behind V during that time.
No, I didn't. Like I had to watch it probably 10 times to actually be convinced that Jungkook was in this.
You can see his left leg a little bit out of sync, but other than that, with the camera angle and then the fact that they're just so in sync with each other.
Yeah, they're
Can't even
moving
tell.
as one person.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. I will link to that performance below because we cannot include it here for copyright reasons. But it's about a third of the way in, would you say? And look for V and Jungkook just like 2 seconds right over at the far left-hand side of the stage. And yeah, you'll be surprised.
So the clip is right at the beginning of Suga's rap.
That's right. So that's it for fun facts?
That's it for fun facts.
All right, great. Well, I'm Fine is a great song on its own, but it's especially great when you listen to it with Save Me.
Is it a masterpiece?
The work that they did on it, like to actually create such a thing.
And then, you know, musically and lyrically. I personally thought it did deserve masterpiece status.
Excellent. Anyway, I have to say the Love Yourself era produced
Such a good era.
amazing music, like really incredible music. This is really good. Anyway, RM MVP for me.
V MVP for me.
And our honorable mentions this week are going out to Suga and Jungkook.
Yep.
And V. As usual, I will link to all the clips that we used in our description below.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when we post new content.
Thanks for watching. This has been
BTS MVP.